What's up, guys? It's Vijay from the AK Mindset podcast with a chapter review for Martial, Magic and Muscle. And this chapter was fire. So I had to come and drop a video and just tell you about my thoughts on what's currently been happening within this arc, especially this chapter. And as you know, if you've been following this channel, I'm a big fan of everything this manga has been doing last year, and hopefully that will also run into this year. So let's just jump into the chapter. The most thrilling magical user. We're really starting to see the world open up to us and reveal how the importance of magic is within that society, as well as how it shapes everything within it, regarding the education system, regarding politics, regarding just everything in general. And this chapter really opens us up beyond what we know, the divine divisionaries and so on. We're able to see that magical talent is really searched for at such an early-ish age, with the likes of middle school tournaments, which are actually the most brutal things I've seen in the wild. Like, imagine having 15 or 13 to 15 year olds fighting in magical tournaments, and it legit looks like these individuals are out here dying. Like, whose mum and dad said, "Oh son, oh daughter, it's cool, just go and fight in the tournament, it's not that deep. You might die, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you're strong enough." Well, it seems like a lot of parents are saying that within this series. And what's even worse is being that 15 or 13 year old and getting slumped by a 9 year old who fake their age just to jump into this tournament, which is also ridiculously dumb, because who's crazy enough to be 9 and have the thought come into their head rationally that it's a great idea to jump in this life or death tournament where they'll probably end up dead, because it looks like these characters are dead. Someone tell me in the comment section, don't they look dead? And don't lie, they're not moving. Like, it's actually wild. So that kind of individual at the age of 9 to think they're strong enough and to bet on themselves so much that they believe they'll destroy all the competitions beyond their age group must be a crackhead. And this crackhead ends up being Magarette Macaron, who I can't even tell if he's a boy or girl, but for this moment in time, I'm just going to pretend it's a guy, and we're just going to have to live with that. But one thing you need to know about this individual is that their magical talent is actually off this scale. And we've seen a lot of strong individuals so far during this series, but I don't think any of them compare in just presence. Like, as soon as you see him or her, you know they're about that life. I just looked at him, I was like, bro, just look at the notes, look at his tattoos. Like, he has musical notes on his face. Look at the strength of his jaw. Like, you know he's on job. Like, he's about that life. And he's also so talented. He's a musician. Man's out here just playing the piano on a regular basis, it seems, especially before fights, which you have to be a fan. Imagine a guy playing the piano before a fight. Like, he's setting the mood. He said, let me just quickly set the mood for this fight. He's ridiculous, and one of the characters I'm really loving at the moment, especially in this chapter. After seeing his magical talent at such a young age, it seems that Magic Society thrust him into like the forefront of everything, expecting him to be the future. Like, them ones, like, you have that wonder kid and like, that's the future Messi, that's the future of football. And they did a similar things, but he really showcased a different dynamic, which we actually haven't seen so far during the series. He's an individual who doesn't really care about becoming a divine visionary or becoming a member of the Magic Bureau. He emphasizes becoming stronger, being an individual who can fight and say that I stand above everyone in magical society, not by status or title, which is vastly different from all the characters we've seen so far, because most of them are more geared to becoming divine divisionaries, working their way up, being recognized, having the titles, the accolades, and then further on using that base and foundation to then influence society as they see fit. I like Magarette's outlook, and I like that he's or she is so different from everybody else, as he's just looking to fight against other people he believes is strong enough to push him beyond his limits and allow him to become stronger. And obviously an individual we believe would fill in those tick boxes of being someone who will allow him to get stronger is Rayne. But Magarette goes on a mini monologue on the subject of boredom and gives us a little insight on his view regarding the human condition, and basically goes on to say that we seek things such as sports, arts, drinking, because boredom equals death. Boredom is death. And obviously he does have some grounds to say this. How he expresses it, I would say he's being overly dramatic, but that's cool. Like, he was 9 and slumping youths. We allowed this guy to be overly dramatic. Following this, he then says that he doesn't believe Rayne will be able to fill his boredom. Like, he feels like Rayne will just be another individual who's, like, I'm guessing, the stereotype of what the magical society wants. You know, an individual trying to follow the same route that has been laid out, like the perceived proper route that has been laid out for them. And he's like, no, you won't fulfill me. You're boring, which obviously is is very rude. Imagine somebody coming to you just saying you're boring and you're trying to fight them. Disrespectful. This is where we cut away from the fight altogether for a couple panels, and we see the headmaster of Eastern Academy telling us how formidable both of these individuals are, and provides us with more information regarding the marks, which then showcases an individual's affinity or showcases an individual's power level depending on the number of marks they have on their face. 1 being the most basic, 2 being individuals who are seen to be chosen and recognized by magic itself, and 3 big number 3 being individuals chosen by God themselves, with the youngest ever to require 3 lines, 3 marks, being Rayne. And after this reveal, we head straight back to the fight. We see the 3rd mark on Rayne's face legit being, it feels like it was being cut on at that point. Like, the mark would just be revealing itself and the blood was gushing from the cut as we saw it. And that was such a, oh my days, what is happening moment, and something I didn't expect. I hope they don't keep adding marks. I hope like we don't get somebody with 4 marks, 5 marks. I hope it just stays consistent and we make 3 be the limit. But all in all, this chapter was just a great way to initiate the fight we're about to see between 2 heavyweights, 2 of the best magical users within this society go head to head. And I'm not sure what to really expect. I do know that it's just going to be an all-out war. I'm not sure if both will survive this encounter. What I do know is that that chapter needs to come out right now so I can enjoy it, please. Anyway, that's the end of this chapter review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Would love to hear your thoughts on this chapter, especially if you've been following this series for a while. Would appreciate all the support. Give the video a like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, to be honest. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.